this is my review of Godfather Part 2. I have to say, I like it better than the first Godfather. Because, I think because it takes, and this is what I love about Empire Strikes Back 2, the ultimate great sequels. It takes what you love about the original, amplifies it, and doesn't have to lay the groundwork of establishing the characters. So you can have all the go of what you love, but without saying, "Oh, that's Michael and that's Fredo." You all know this stuff. So going into this film, you can really jump right into the story because you don't have to, yes, obviously part of it's a prequel, but you don't have to. I think that there's a part of, and the prequel stuff works. I think it's most of it's in Italian, but it's still great. Kind of see Vito's upbringing. But anyways, so yeah, I think you can really dip right into the story that I think is even richer because you know the characters and you know the different relationships. And the plot thickens in this film because of the existential the dynamics this film brings, from the traitor, it being Fredo, and Michael's struggle with his wife, and on top of seeing his business and his family crumble, and at first I didn't know what the dinner scene was about at the very end, but then my father said something to me about how it was showing how his family used to be all connected, but now his brothers are both dead. His father is dead. His mother is dead. His sister, Michael has a bad relationship with his sister. And so I can really respect and really enjoy and really love how far it's come between the films and how much the life of the Corleones have changed. And now see Michael just sit by himself without a family, without friends, is a very, again, powerful thing. And I think to kind of add on to that, showing, Vito's upbringings was also very interesting from just a child, and then, showing him in his first, couple of missions, or not missions, I would say, first couple of runs, and becoming Lord. And you see, because he had to I love that they explore that he had to get into crime. He had to do illegal things to stay on the streets. And I think you see that a lot with immigrants who come from nothing. The only way to get something is to steal, is to rob. And you see him do that in I guess somewhat of a respectable way, and him have to deal with issues, and seeing some of the characters we become familiar with in part 1 learn to become friends with Vito Corleone. And I think the thing is with Vito, I don't think he has a lot to do as far as his upbringing and stuff. But I think what I really loved is really the present timeline. It's really what was going on in the present with who's the traitor. Someone was fired to kill him. Is it on top of Corleone's the Corleone lawsuit and stuff with Frank and the guy who runs the casinos, And I think that the story is complex, but a lot more digestible than the first film, where you get the general concept of someone wants to kill, someone comes to, Michael, says, "Hey, can we kill these these brothers?" Says no, because of so-and-so reasons, because of their tight connection, and then someone tries to kill him, then he figures out it's the guy. It's just great of storytelling. I forgot. Then it's the old guy, and then the old guy is like, "What? I didn't kill you." But then he sees the red flags, and he did. We have to keep him low, keep friends closer, or keep friends close, enemies closer. Does that, tries to attempt murder. And again, similar to the first film, no one's safe, and no one's, in trouble. You would think, okay, they're definitely gonna get the old guy. The old guy doesn't die by the end of the film. Okay, someone's about to, kill him in the hospital. Nope, that guy gets shot. So it's like the reverse of the people you think are gonna die, don't die. The people you know, would expect not to die, and relationships you think will stick, don't stick. And I love the scene where after the midnight party, Michael goes, "I know it's real. You betrayed me. You broke my heart." Oh my god, that was great. Again, the stuff with like his wife, and because again, part of the mob family is that it passes on generations, and the thought for Michael that his sons and stuff can't carry the throne when older in life would dishearten him. So, the stuff with their relationship. I think the dynamics of these different characters are great, and yes, the stuff with the past are so great. Of him having to his first kill. I love with like the towel and going around and going back to Italy and going to different parties and doing a bunch of different things and ultimately killing the guy who want to make a deal. And I love when he says, "I'll make him enough ring, he can't refuse." And I think more of I think it was like an Italian or something. But yeah, this film is great. I think it's a great storytelling. I love the dynamics of the Corleones shift and with Tom and the bodyguards, and it was all very interesting to kind of digest and develop of stuff in Cuba, and again diving into history too. I love when like these different period piece dramas or whatever in these mobster films can dapple and use the history at the time to its advantage. And again, talking about the Corleones, what's his face Vito's case. When we're talking about stuff like he has you see him have the 3 kids and the daughter, and having to start make friends that ultimately go to his crime family, and that stuff was great. And again, the stuff with Michael, again, great performances as well, make this film very strong. And then the story keeps unraveling of like, first you quickly understand who ordered the mystery is not who ordered the attack on Michael, but I think it's the layers of how the attack was orchestrated. I think that was a great part of The Godfather Part 1, of these little details of the drapes were open. Who opened the drapes? Whoever did, and then Fredo saying, I keep wanting to say Frodo because of Frodo Baggins, but no, it's Fredo. With Fredo saying he's never met, the Johnny character. Then he talks about how the Johnny character sent him here earlier in the film, and these little details I love of sending Fredo on the boat with another guy and shoots him, and Connie begging for mercy for Fredo. And I love where this film ends, where it's like, I don't think they needed part 3. Everybody says part 3 is bad, but I didn't see part 3 yet, but I have a feeling, and I don't know this for sure, but I have a feeling maybe it's just that it's not on the level of Godfather Part 1 and Part 2. Because it's like, what happens when you make a third film of 2 untouchable films? Chances are they're not on the level. Chances are. But, again, great films. Classics of the genre of crime and mob and mobster, where again there's so many layers and depths and ever changing, where this is the layer, but no, this is the layer, and this and that and that, where it's like, instead of going the traditional ladder, the ladder is like broken and ripped and turning upside down and flipping on its head. And I think this film goes to places that most films don't go, killing off main characters like it's going out of style, saving characters that you would think would be a villainous character that they had to, slap off, establishing and giving each character development. Because sometimes when you have this big ensemble film, and I talked about this with Heat, in my review a little bit earlier ago, sometimes they overshadow each other. Sometimes there's moments that you're like, this character overshadows this character, but yes, more characters have, screen time than others, but they all get development and all get sense of development, yeah, in their own way that fits the story. I think each character fits the story. The story does not fit the characters, and that's what makes it work. Because I can easily say, but I love the Sonny character, why did they kill him off? But killing the Sonny character off in the first film served the story. Why did they kill the Fredo character? It served the story of the fact that he betrayed him, and I love the realism, because it's like you see Fredo like begging for mercy, and you see him, a scared face, and again, like the great acting and the great locations. Because this was in the 70s, they were forced to film in, on location. I love when films, film on location, because we just don't get that anymore. And so when they film in Italy, it's probably most likely in Italy, and Cuba is probably in Cuba, and again, they, dabble in Cuban history. And I love the speech the old guy gives about, he was best friends with Mo Green, but when Mo Green died, he never, gave a crap. And I think it was that moment, these little subtleties, it was at that moment, where the old guy started to realize, wait a second, you must have ordered the attacks, because then why what, in that type of weird, scenario and situation where you believe I did it? What? Why would you interrogate me and type stuff? Well, you think I did it? And type thing. And him being suspect. And especially with an even bigger tell was that the old guy was getting very defensive. And it's these little keys that make it so great of, okay, we're going to try to kill Frank, but we're going to set it up like Michael killed him, so that we'll get away with it and stuff like that. But Michael ordered a cop, and it's these little subtleties that make this film so great. I mean, I could talk about this film all the time, I love the shot where it's like, Vito goes down, shoots, and then gets on fire, and shoots him again. Goes on the train, and carries his kids, and goes to, parties, and Michael at the beginning, when people are making him deals, similar to how, people are making deals to old Vito. And so there's a lot of great symbolism in this film, great performances, great stories, twists and turns throughout, great, score and location, and overall a masterpiece of films in general. Stay tuned for videos coming at you.